Hi, I'm Cecil Zeringue with Empower Studio in Houma, Louisiana. If you don't know where Houma is south of New Orleans, near the Gulf of Mexico. The big toe mound of the boot, right? So I appreciate you watching, and I'm going to go over a around an hour long yoga session for you to try on at home. In your home practice, and hopefully you can make it out to the studio so we can see your smiling faces. So we'll start out in child's pose. Draw your knees to the outer edges of your mat. The toe mounds will touch behind you, and stretch your fingertips forward. Fan the fingers out wide. This is the place for you to connect into your body. Connect to the sensations in your body. To find the felt presence of what's happening right now. To be present into your body. Allow your thoughts to just drift like clouds. Every time a thought arises, just become the observer. Land right here upon your mat. Feel the surface of your skin connect and level out, kind of like paint drying on the surface. A lot of the outer shell muscles and tissue to fall deeper. Your hips to fall further towards the heels. And gently massage your forehead from right to left. And connect to your ujjayi breath. It's the sound of the ocean, an audible sounding breath. It literally translates to the sound of victory. I like to think of it as the sound of victory over your thoughts, over the monkey mind. And take your elbow of the right arm and bend it backwards towards the toe mounds and roll the right earlobe onto the mat. Gently create a teepee out of the left fingertips, an arch into the palm of your left hand, and draw the left shoulder blade back onto your spine. Think of threads going from the index finger all the way to your left hip. Ignite the toes, the top of your toes, as you gently tone the space right below your belly button. Relax the grip in your jaw. If you have any grip in your neck and your jaw, just let it relax and melt. Feel your face just melt into your hairline. And draw your left arm around to touch your right hip or your sacrum, and gently tug the left shoulder up just a little bit more for a deeper twist. Bring the right arm back forward and draw the bending of the left elbow towards the toe mounds between your knees. And kind of lift your head up a little bit and roll the full of your lobe onto the mat. Create little spider fingers with your right hand. Spider hand. Drawing the inner arch of your right palm up to the ceiling. Pull your right shoulder blade back into your spine. Again, feeling the threads of your body kind of resist against each other, unsticking, the connection of the nerves in the fascial plane. Continue your ujjayi breath. You roll your head back to forward, and then gently curl your toes under and lift yourself up into a downward facing dog. Pedal your heels from right to left. And then create L's out of your hands. So like the thumbs magnetized towards each other, and the index finger and the thumb kind of roll and squeeze into each other. Feel the internal rotation of your arms and external rotation of your armpits towards the side walls. And bring your toe mounds to touch, creating like creases with your feet. Lift your hips towards the ceiling as you press the heels closer towards the earth. Shake your head, yes. Nice and loose. Create space in your spine. And then roll into the knife edge of your right foot. Give yourself a deep side stretch on the right hand side. Back to the toe mounds. And then roll to the knife edge of your left foot. And bring them back to center. And then bend your knees, lift your heels, and walk your hands all the way towards the back of your mat. Grab opposite elbows. Shake your head, yes. Feel the four corners of your feet root down as the inner arches, like a thread of the inner arches, lift all the way up to the utmost inner thighs. Outer shins rotate in. And then lower your hips all the way down to knee level as you sweep your hands all the way up to the ceiling. Inhale. And then exhale, pull the shoulder blades down. Bend your elbows. Press the thumb knuckles into your skull as the elbows lift up to the ceiling. Feel the shoulders open up, the clavicles open up. Inhale, lift the hands back up. Exhale, grab the left wrist with the right hand. Inhale, press up. Exhale, lean over to the right hand side as you dig the left foot into the earth. Gaze above your left armpit. Inhale back to center. And then exhale over to the left hand side. Inhale back to center. And one more time, exhale over to the right hand side. And if you can, take your right foot, lift it up and point your toe and touch the ground. Gaze above your left armpit. And then back to center. Inhale. Switch hands. Your left hand grabs the right wrist. Inhale. Exhale, lean over to the left hand side. Really feel the right foot root down. Inhale back to center. Exhale, lean over to the left hand side. Inhale back to center. And then exhale, lean over to the left. Bring your gaze above your right armpit. And then see if you can lift the right foot and point your toe over for a deeper side stretch. Lateral bend. Inhale back to center. Hands to heart center. And we're going to begin with 3 ohms. Inhale. Om. And bring yourself back to the front of your mat. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Bring your gaze towards the top of your toes. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Rise all the way up. Forward fold. Halfway lift. I'm going to step back into high plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog. Inhale. Upper arm bones back. Tops of your feet really dig into the earth. Make sure that you engage your legs, the quads and the thighs. Flip your feet back under, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Bend your knees, lift your heels. Inhale. Gaze forward and step to the front of your mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And we go into chair pose. Toe mounds to touch. And sit deeper into your chair. So hugging from skin to muscle to bone. Into the bone marrow. Feel the pinky fingers lift up as the inner shoulders draw back and down into your spine. Lower just a tad bit down, feeling space from the crown of your head through the spine. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga Dandasana. Step back, high to low plank. Upward facing dog. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale. Lift your heels, bend your knees. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Warrior one. So the right foot's on the right side of your mat, left foot on the left side of your mat. Bring your right knee over your left ankle. Root down the knife edge of your left foot. Inhale. Exhale, pull the shoulder blades down. Inhale, open up your heart. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, lift your heels. Bend your knees, gaze forward. Exhale, warrior one. Inhale up. Exhale. Kind of even isometrically draw your feet towards each other. Right hip goes forward, left hip back. Open up your clavicles. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Continue your Ujjayi breath. Feel the back of your legs lengthen, the heels press down as your sit bones lift up. Bend your knees, lift your heels, hop, jump, walk, float to the front of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga Dandasana. Downward facing dog. Lift your right heel up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, gaze forward. Touch your bum with the heel. Exhale, draw it into your chest. Inhale, keep your heel to your bum. Little perch pose. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale. And then lower back down. Inhale, lift your left heel up. Exhale, bring it to your chest. Inhale, keep your heel to your bum as you extend the left knee. Gaze forward. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. And then exhale. And then lower the left foot back down. Bend your knees. Gaze forward. And see if you can lift. Lower down halfway. Lift. Forward fold. Chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Feel the lengthening of your neck along with your spine. Bring your hands to your mat. Step back. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. And step your right foot to your right wrist. Warrior one. Inhale fully. And then exhale, bring your hands behind you for humbled warrior. Shoulder on the inside of your right knee. Root down the knife edge of your left foot. On your next inhale, open up your heart. Bring your gaze right in front of your eyes, like right eye level. On the next inhale, release your hands, rise up back to warrior one. And then vinyasa. High to low plank. Press through the heels as you lower down half plank, upward facing dog. Inhale. Flip your feet, downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, gaze forward. Step the left foot forward, warrior one. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands behind for humble warrior. Press the left knee into your shoulders. The knife edge of your back foot roots down. And on your next inhale, open up your heart. Lengthen your spine and gaze straight down in front of you. Exhale. Release your hands. Inhale, rise up into warrior one. And then straddle your left foot. Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low plank. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. And then bend your knees, gaze forward, hop, jump, float, or step in front of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Chair pose. Sit deeper into your chair. Bring your hands to heart center and twist to your right. Shift your weight into the right foot, lift the left foot up, and reach it back into crescent lunge twist. Fly your wings, extend the gaze up to your right thumb. See if you can lift up the left hip as your right knee glides over your right ankle. Then bring your right arm all the way around and lift up into a warrior three. Keep this left leg neutrally rotated. And then rotate into half moon. You can use a block if you like. Keep the gaze to the left thumb. Bring your left hand down to the earth, your left foot to meet your right forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Back into chair pose. Toe mounds to touch. Sit deeper into your chair. Bring your hands to heart center and twist to your left. Shift your weight into your left foot. See if you can lift the right foot and glide it back. Fly your wings. Bring the left fingertips up to the top and the right fingertips towards the earth. Engage the back leg. And then revolve the left hand forward. And see if you can move into warrior three. Yeah, this is not so easy, is it? Right foot neutrally rotated and then move into half moon. And then lower the right fingertips down, right foot to match the left. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold, Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low plank. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Bring your hands together, thumbs to touch. Inhale, lift your right heel up and bring it. Exhale, step it to the outside of your right hand for lizard pose. You could walk your forearms to the front of your mat and then bring the right knee into your right shoulder. Bring your hands back up to your mat and then revolve onto the knife edge of your right foot, rotating your knee to the outside. Bring your foot back to neutral, knee towards your shoulder. Revolve your right hand up for a twist. And bring your right hand down. Step back in vinyasa through high to low plank. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Bring your thumbs to touch at center of your mat. Inhale. Bend your knees, lift your gaze Step your left foot forward for lizard on the left-hand side. Squeeze your left knee into your shoulder, and your left shoulder pressing back to resist. As tight as light. Lift the right hip up in line with the left. And shimmy the right foot back. Walk your forearms down to the mat if you like. It's an option. Bring your hands back to the center of your mat. Roll onto the knife edge of your left foot. Like a half pigeon prep. Roll the left knee back into your shoulder. And then revolve your left fingertips up to the ceiling. Straddle your left foot. And then lift your left foot back in vinyasa through high to low plank, upward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, lift your heels, gaze forward, and just see if you can hop. Halfway lift to the front of your mat. Exhale, forward fold, and then rise up into mountain pose. We're going to move into the equanimity part of the series for eagle pose. Go ahead and shift your weight into your left leg and bring your right arm under and your left leg up and over. Hold the shoulder blades back and down upon your spine. And feel the activation in the leg that's the right leg. You can point your foot and flex your toes. Lower your hips even further down as the crown of your head lengthens. And then release. Left arm under, left leg up and over. See if you can find the softness in this pose. Like, where are you really gripping into? Soften in those places and find the darkness, the areas in your body that aren't activated. Pull the pelvic floor up. Hug in the front ribs, draw them together. Steady your gaze and steady your breath. And then gently release. Standing leg raised on the right hand side. So we're going to have options. Option 1, lift your right knee to your hand. Option 2, if you want to go for grabbing your peace fingers around your big toe and then pressing forward. See if you can lengthen from the standing leg through the crown of your head and then open up the gate. And bring your gaze to your left thumb. And then gently bring your right leg back forward, releasing your left foot, your right foot, releasing your right foot. Press your fingertips up, stamp your right foot to the front wall. Bend your right knee, step it back forward, and we're going to move into airplane pose. Fingertips are pressing back. Feel the toes fan out down towards the earth And we're going to lower the right hand down for a twisting move. You can use a block. You know, and it may not look like a heavily twisted pose. We're going to twist from your thoracic mid-spine. And your last thing to revolve up is your gaze. And lower your left hand down to the mat and your right foot to meet. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Lower your hips down as you sweep your fingertips up to the ceiling. And standing leg raise on the left hand side. Inhale. Exhale, lift the left knee up. If you want to grab your toe, you can. With your peace fingers, inhale. Open up the gate as your gaze revolves to the right thumb. Bring your left foot forward, release your hands up to the ceiling, bend your left knee. Press it onto the front wall. Bend your left knee again, and we will move into airplane. Imagine that your hands are like being held up by some pillars, or strings are pulling from your fingertips and from the crown of your head. And gently lower your left fingertips to a block or to spider fingers for a revolved half moon. Gaze up to your right thumb towards the ceiling. And then gently revolve your right fingertips down and your left foot to meet your right foot. Forward fold, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Lower your hips down as you sweep your fingertips up to the ceiling. Exhale, hands to heart center. Yeah, so this is a very igniting practice, right? Let's go ahead and move into tree pose. Take your foot either below the knee, you can kickstand, or raise it up above your knee. Press your thigh into the bottom of your sole of your right foot. Hands can start out on your hips. And gently bring your hands to heart center. Set your gaze upon one point on the wall or to an immovable object. And then slowly lift your hands up, your gaze can follow. So it's like kind of ignited, but the burner's on low, okay? So you're lifting up from the center of your heart, but it's still being flexible. Releasing and engaged. See if you can see the wall behind you. And then fall out of your tree. Yeah. Let's try tree on the opposite side. Left foot, same place as the right, whether it's on the thigh or on the inner shin. Press the sole of your foot into your thigh and the thigh back into your foot. And then turn the burner down to about 10-15%. Continue your Ujjayi breath. Bring your hands behind your sacrum. Open up your heart. And if you want to go into a little back bend, just find the balance of the four corners of your feet as your heart lifts up. And fall out of your pose. All right. We're going to move back into mountain pose. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Gaze between your hands. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward, warrior one. Just glide into warrior two. Bring your gaze above your right fingertips. And then straighten your right leg and reach forward for triangle pose. Left fingertips up to the ceiling. And lift your right arm up. Meet your right hand with your left. And then straighten your torso. Turn your right foot in, turn your left foot forward. And let's go ahead and move into warrior one on the left side. Move into warrior two. Straighten the left leg. And then reach forward with your fingertips. And then move into a triangle on the left side. Slight bend in your left knee. Feel the right hip peel open as you pull the left hip back. Bring your left hand forward, right hand to meet. And from your torso, lift all the way up. Turn your left foot in, slightly pigeon foot. Clasp your hands behind your sacrum. Bend your knees generously as with a straight spine. I'm going to lower all the way down. And like a toggle switch, lower the left hands over to the left hand side and your gaze above the right shoulder. And then toggle your shoulders and your arms over to the opposite side. Bring yourself back to center. Release your hands to your mat, lift halfway up. Gaze right in front of your fingertips. Lower your hips down further and sway your fingers up wide to starfish pose. And then bring your hands to heart center. And step your feet to the front of your mat. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Step back into high plank. And then inhale, lift your right heel up. Exhale, bring it to your right nostril. Inhale, back up. Exhale, right elbow. Inhale, up. Exhale, over to the left elbow. Move into a side plank. Lift your right heel up. Tap it. And then revolve all the way around into side plank. Gaze to your right thumb. Bring your right foot to your left thigh. Roll back into tree, plank, low plank, upward facing dog. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale. And then bring your right foot next to your left. Inhale, lift the left heel up. Exhale, bring it to your left nostrils. Inhale, back up. Exhale, left elbow. Inhale, back up. Bring it across your body to your right elbow. Revolve, side plank, keep your left foot flexed, tap it. And then roll all the way around. You can lift the left foot up into side plank on the right hand side. Gaze to your thumb. Lower your left foot to your thigh. And move through a vinyasa with your legs in a tree. high to low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Bring your left foot back down. Lower your knees to the ground and move into child's pose. Make your way onto your back supine into bridge pose. Bring your feet hips distance apart. Feel the four corners of your feet, the big toe mound, pinky toe mound, inner heel, outer heel, level off. So if your foot had 4 tires, you'd want the weight equally distributed between all 4 tires. On your next inhale, lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Engage the inner thighs. Press through the inner big toe mounds. Clasp your hands underneath your sacrum. And shimmy your shoulders down and get a higher, deeper lift. Activate the fullness of your thighs. Press the knees forward as you press the shoulder blades down and your hip bones lift up. And then lower all the way back down. Inhale. Exhale, side out. One more cleansing breath. Inhale. Exhale, side out. We're going to go back into bridge. Inhale, lift up. And then lift the left leg up and press the foot up to the ceiling. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, lower the left foot down. Inhale. Exhale, lift the right foot up. Inhale. Exhale. And then lower the right foot back down. And then gently lower one vertebrae at a time down to the earth. And if you have a wheel in your practice, you can go for wheel or stay at bridge. Bring your hands near your ears. Elbows squeeze in. Keep your feet facing towards the back wall. All 4 corners of your feet are equally pressing down into the ground. And then lift up from your inner arches on the next inhale. Squeeze the thighs together as you press the knees towards the front wall. And feel the thoracic spine like bending from below your shoulder blades. Three more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. And then lower down. All the way back down to the earth. Draw your knees to your chest. Bring your hands behind your kneecaps. And we're going to rock and roll 3 times. Cross your feet. And if you want to jump back or step back into downward facing dog, we're going to move into half pigeon. Lift the right heel up, inhale. Draw the right knee to your right wrist. Flex the right knife edge of your foot into your mat. And you can kind of bring your toes and your knees back further. and squeeze the right hip back so your left hip presses forward. If you could walk your hands up onto your knee and your knife edge of your foot, more than welcome. Pull the shoulder blades back, upper arm bones back, and the shoulder blades down your spine. So we're squeezing our legs together kind of like scissors, keeping the stability in our hips. And then gently you can lean forward onto your forearms and tone the lower belly below the belly button. Feel the spine lengthen through the crown of your head. This is a great place to go deep into your practice. Allow yourself to really be present to the emotions that come up. Be present to the sensations. And let them be, just allow them to exist. Emotions and sensations are real. They're not necessarily the truth, but they are real. And being an observer of your sensations, emotions, or thoughts gives you a little more power, allows you to be empowered to choose whether they are truth or not. It's just a little tool that our breath allows us to do as well. The breath is used as a tool to quiet the mind. Go ahead and walk your hands back up to the front of your mat. Curl your left toes under. Step back into downward facing dog. Lift the left heel up. Inhale. Bring the left knee to your wrists for half pigeon on the opposite side. These are great poses for in the evening classes. Go ahead and hug in from skin to muscle to bone marrow. Press the knife edge of your left foot into your mat. Upper arm bones back. See if you can squeeze the legs together like the right knee towards the left knee. Notice if one side is different than the other. Might have more access on one side. Or it could just be a different type of resistance, maybe in a different muscle. Maybe a hamstring on the left side versus the glutes on the other. And gently fold forward onto your forearms. And maybe tone back the activation to about 20%, but still keep the abdomen and the lower belly toned. Quiet the mind. Soften and widen the breath. And gently make your way back up. You can lower your left hip down and bring the right leg forward into double leg extended forward Dandasana. Feel the inner heels press forward. Inhale, bring the fingertips up to the ceiling. And then exhale, hinge from your hips. Hip flexors, wherever your hands reach, Work on keeping your lower back with the integrity of your lower back being straightened. Internally rotate the thighs. Feel the sit bones press towards the back wall as the inner heels press towards the front wall. Pull the shoulder blades back and down. And then maybe you'll get a little more access. So you press the heels of the femur, right, towards the back wall. Lift yourself back up. Bring your left foot into the right thigh. Press the thigh back into the sole of your left foot. Inhale, bring your fingertips up and hinge forward. Grab the knife edge of your right foot with your left hand and bring your left hand back for a twist. Bring yourself back forward. Extend the left leg forward. Bring the right foot into the thigh of your left leg. Internally rotate that left thigh into the right foot. Inhale, fingertips rise up. Exhale, hinge forward. Grab the knife edge of your right foot or the right ankle, the left foot or the left ankle with your right hand, and turn your left hand back and bring your gaze to your left thumb. And bring your left hand back forward. And then lower onto your back. Bring your feet into prayer, knees out wide for Supta Baddha Konasana. One hand on your belly, left hand on your heart. Gently squeeze the soles of your feet together. Mindfully try to lift the toes apart and one toe at a time. See if you can touch the corresponding top of your toe together. Pinky toes, the fourth toe, the middle toe, the second toe, and then the big toe. And just a gentle little awareness within each toe. Now trace the pattern of energy from your right hand to your right elbow, to your right shoulder, up through your skull, creating a little spiral, back down to your left shoulder, your left elbow, your left hand, down your torso to your right hip, right knee, right and left foot, left knee, left hip, back to your abdomen, into your right hand. And continue that little figure 8 kind of circuitry. Going through your body, creating the infinity symbol through the energetic body. And the next time you make your way up to your skull, tracing the energy pattern, allow that energy to create a circuit down your spine and then back up your spine. And imagine that as crisscrossing maybe 6, 7 times through each chakra. And trace that pattern multiple times. From the crown of your head, through your third eye, your vocal cords, the center of your heart, into the power of your belly button, sacral, into your root chakra. Like little wave patterns. Going down and up your spine. And go ahead and gently draw your knees back together. Extend your feet out wide. And your hands along by your side for Shavasana. Allow your shoulders to fall even further into the mat. And when you're ready, begin wiggling your fingers and your toes. Rippling your wrists, creating circles with your wrists and your ankles out into the atmosphere. And then draw your knees to your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Feel appreciation and gratitude for the life we've been given. And then gently roll your form over onto your right hand side. You can lift your right arm above your head and allow your right ear to just rest onto your arm. Press your left palm into the earth. Make your way around to the front of your mat into an easy cross-leg position. And gently rock forward and back, finding the centeredness of your spine. Feel the sit bones root into the earth like a plug into a receptacle. Pull your shoulder blades back and down as your crown of your head lengthens up. Bring your hands together gently at heart center. I'm going to do one inhale to Om. Light of me honors and sees the internal light, wisdom, and joy in each of you. I bow forward. Namaste.